All right, so here we go. This is what we're looking at this morning. Not too much cloud, so it's a bit gentle. Hi Tariq, how you going? Welcome. All right, so let's sort of slowly move towards this way over here, and we're going to walk around. I don't know if you remember, beautiful Avoca Beach has the lovely headland with some interesting rock formations, and we'll be sort of heading in that direction. It's going to depend on what the tide is doing when we get around to that point as to how far we can go. But let's get some nice reflections over the rock pool first of all. Hi Cece, hi Joanne, and hi Natalie. Welcome everybody. All right, so let's see. I can't walk much further because we've got this sort of rock wall here and I'm right up against it. So this is where we're standing. And I'm going to try and get past those two people. Hi Lynn, good morning. I'm going to try and get past these two people and get into a good spot over here looking out towards the ocean. It's actually quite warm here this morning for a midwinter's morning. We've got 13 degrees, which is not too bad. Heading for 20 degrees today, which again, for a midwinter's day, I think is rather pleasant. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. So the sun's going to come up over in that direction, obviously. And we're going to just sort of slowly walk around, heading towards the waves breaking over the rocks, and hope to get some lovely, lovely vistas with the waves breaking in the sea spray, and just listen to the sound of the surf. Hi Gregory. Oh, you're too kind. That's too sweet. Alright, why don't I turn the camera around before this show gets too far underway and say hi to you all. Let's get up over here a little way. Okay. My hair may not be too stunning this morning. Let's turn this around. All right, good morning everybody. So here we are, we're at Avoca Beach. I'm Lynn, I think I know you all. I don't think I need to introduce myself to anyone here this morning. But we're here at beautiful Avoca Beach on the Central Coast. And before we begin, I'd just like to acknowledge that we're meeting today on the traditional lands of the Darkinjung people and pay my respects to their elders, past, present and emerging. All right, that's enough of me. This is where the real show is. And hi Sarah, welcome. So we're going to do a bit of rock scrambling. We're going to try and climb over some of these rocks. We're going to head down here looking for interesting angles like we always do, and meanwhile keeping our eye on that gorgeous sky. So the first rock scramble happens just over here. We need to try and find a way down over these rocks. It rained heavily yesterday, so this is our first obstacle. Hi Michelle, good morning. It's an absolutely gorgeous morning here. We had grey, dull raining yesterday, and this is what we've been given today. Isn't it beautiful? I've got a tilted horizon again. How did I manage that? Let's see if I can do something about that. Sorry guys, I'm just going to have a little fiddle with the camera and just see if I can get it straighter. So why don't we go? Maybe, oh sorry, just go this way. There's my big fat hand in front of the camera lens. But I'm sure if I push it on the mount in that direction, that improves it slightly. Okay, there's some people trying to get past me, so I'll get out of their way. And we'll head over this way. First of all, here we go, look, let's get down looking at the waves. And I want to get down here Alright, so I'm going to take everything slowly today because it's a little bit slippery and we don't want to end up in that sea. Hi Emily, good morning. So of course, for those of you who don't know, Emily helps Richard out on his tours, and last week Richard had the pleasure of the company of dolphins. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we saw some of that dolphin action around here? Sea's a bit rough and wild this morning though. I don't know how that affects dolphins coming in to visit. Hi Lethargy. Hi Alicia. Still celebrating the 4th of July, and yes, for all of you in the US, happy Independence Day. What is it? We've got a rabbit. We've got a rabbit over here. What's this rabbit doing here? Let's come and say hello to the rabbit. Yeah, it's eating the flowers that have been left as a memorial. Can you guys see that? So the flowers have been left beside this memorial to someone who's obviously lost their life here, and there's a few of these memorials at this point, and there's a bunny eating the flowers. How close will he let me get? He's okay for the moment. Munch, munch, munch on the flowers. There we go. All right, let's find our way down onto these rocks. We'll go down this way. Careful of the slippery rocks. It's all right. I'm okay for the moment. Richard's just offering to take the camera for me. I'm okay here, I think. I will hand it over to him if I'm having trouble. Just gets a bit tricky at this point. I might hand it to him. Here we go. I'm handing it to Richard for a second. All right, I'm back. Hi Shamika, lovely to see you. Okay, so we're going to go over this way first. There's someone enjoying the sunrise, sitting out on the edge of the rocks over there. Hi Ronnie Lynn. Let's just listen to the sound of the waves here for a moment and then we'll move around a little further. I really like that silhouette. Looks amazing, doesn't it?